panel has a weird aspect ratio of 18.7:9, but the pixels pop out at you like an AMOLED panel. It might be too soon to call, but I honestly think that the 5G's Full HD display is probably the best IPS panel you'll see in 2018. The display on the front is also protected by an unspecified version of Corning Gorilla Glass. Additionally, you get the wide DCI-P3 color gamut and a host of software features. So that's cool. What's not cool is the notch. But what can you do about it? It exists in 2018 and you have to learn to live with it for now. And interestingly, Asus was one of the first Android phone makers to jump the notch bandwagon. The Zenfone 5Z itself is a big chunk of glass protected by a metal railing running along the edges. The flat back design coupled with the 155-gram weight of the phone feels light yet sturdy in the hand. It is a very conservative industrial design that emphasizes on function over good looks. Oh, and also the glass on the rear is an unrelenting smudge magnet. Asus uses the new USB Type-C standard on the Zenfone 5Z, that's pretty good, and also includes a dedicated headphone jack as well. Asus is probably one of the few brands that shouts from rooftops about the AI capability inside its flagship smartphone. Looking past all that snazzy marketing talk, I can tell you that the Zenfone 5Z uses AI across the system. And to do this, it uses the power of the Snapdragon 845 system on chip with its third generation neural processing engine for performing AI related tasks. But AI is also part of the Gallery app on the Zenfone 5Z, where it creates folders automatically. Moreover, AI is also deeply rooted into the software. The phone also uses the power of AI to improve the battery performance and better RAM management. I have to mention is that Zen UI seems to have evolved beautifully over the years. Zen UI 5.0 on top of Android Oreo 8.0 on the Zenfone 5Z feels rather nimble and agile. The bloatware has been cut down as well. It is a really refreshing take on skinning, and there's a lot underneath the surface that I will explore in my prolonged usage. As for the rest of the specs, the phone comes in 3 variants, one with 6GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. That's the one that we are using. Another one that comes with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, and the final SKU which comes in 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. Now in case you need more storage, you also get an additional storage slot for a memory card up to 2TB in size. There's a fingerprint sensor on the rear and a face unlock alternative as well. In my preliminary test, both worked absolutely fine. There's a 3300 mAh battery to power all these internals. What's interesting is that Asus has decided to add a dedicated NXP 987 for smart amp with support for, high-res audio. The 5Z has 2 stereo speakers, one at the bottom and another is a part of the earpiece. In the camera department, Asus has kitted the Zenfone 5Z with the latest Sony IMX 363 12MP sensor, supported by an 8MP secondary sensor with a 120-degree wide-angle lens. On the front, you get an 8MP camera with an 83-degree wide-angle lens as well. While it is too soon to talk about the camera performance, take a look at these samples from the 5Z. I finally heaved a sigh of relief that the OnePlus 6 has a competitor.